Welcome to Broker Talk, where I tour beautiful homes, talk about great design, and give you the kind of tips and insights you need to be a savvy buyer or seller. Today, I'm really excited to be at 6 North Bishop. I'm with Corey Robertson. We're going to be touring 32 single-floor, very large new condominiums in the West Loop. And this has an amazing location because we're in between two of the largest parks in the West Loop. We're a 2-block walk from 20 acres, and we're also in Skinner School District. So, ready, Corey?
Let's go take a look.
All right. Hey, Smith. That's the drill.
That is the drill.
That's the drill.
202. This is a 3-bedroom plus a den, 3-bath home, facing Bishop with a little peak downtown. Including one parking space, it's at $1,025,000.
Okay, great. Okay. So this building has 32 units you're delivering right now.
We're delivering now.
They're all really huge.
They're all 3 to 4 bedrooms. They're all 3 to 4 bedrooms. All with they're very gracious spaces. So living rooms that usually will get you an extra. Like this one here, there's a room scale where you can actually get desks in the window. We also get dens whenever possible. This helps us having more purposes per room. Because this is Skinner West Elementary. So the design intention of most of your mid-rises in the West Loop today, not 10 years ago, but the West Loop today is to address the attraction of Skinner West Elementary in an elementary district that has no single-family zoning in it to speak of. So you'll see even more 3 and 4 and 5-bedroom condos coming down the pipe.
I've noticed that looking online, all the new construction in the West Loop right now they're all 3 to 4 bedrooms.
They're all 3 to 4 bedrooms. I mean, this wasn't until 5-6 years ago. You had nothing beyond 3 bedrooms in this neighborhood, and even one kid in Skinner Elementary, that 3rd bedroom is guest room, study, office, workout, storage, and you're like, they're already going nuts even with one kid in a 3-bedroom. So it makes it very hard to live in that. So you're seeing more and more designs.
Can I just say I love this corner, the window. I love having a corner window. It's really beautiful. It gives you a lot more light.
I'm afraid you can't see it today, but there's Willis Towers in the fog down, just over the top of the building right now.
So these are really tall ceilings too.
Yeah, these are 10s.
What 10?
The 10-foot ceilings, and then we want floor-to-ceiling glass in every one of the living dining rooms, and then in the bedrooms they go back to more punched openings, a little easier to treat.
So can you tell me a little bit, because I know you have a large team, and you do all the construction.
All we do are larger development representations. So mid-rises, large row home projects, generally anywhere between about 20 to 60 million is about the size range that we work in, because we have to hire full-time teams just to represent the project, so it has to be of a certain scale to warrant that, to ramping up the team and putting everybody on it that we do. So that's generally where we work in, and it's usually in the neighborhoods that are growing the most.
They're booming. So this builder and architect are
So this developer, it's actually
the developer. Sorry.
The developer is actually an LLC that was formed from the Pipefitters Investment Fund. So
that's amazing.
The Pipefitters Union wanted to develop. They wanted to show that you could do a 100% union man-hour building and still come to the market and meet the market price points. So
that's crazy, right?
It doesn't happen. I mean, I'm a lifer in this business, and when you start talking about you start talking about a union building.
It's a union building. They're usually high rise.
Yeah, but even then, your man hours might be 65-35, union, non-union.
Yeah.
It's very rare that you would get. Usually, there's some, reductions that they do, and they bring in non-union labor for some portion of the building. But this one, the promise that was made to the Pipefitters membership was that this would be a 100% union man-hour building. So you know.
I've never heard of that.
I know, neither have I. Never worked on a 100% union man job in my life. And most of the other buildings that I work on are union, but they're just never 100%. So just the skill level of every tradesperson on the site is at a level like I've never worked on.
Well, it's beautiful. So let's keep walking through.
Sure.
Find out. Let's talk about what do you think the highlights of this are, and obviously the buyers you think are families. But let's talk a little bit about like what you love about this project.
So what I liked most about this project was that not only was this what drew our attention to it was this was going to be some of the only standing inventory new construction that was going to be available in Skinner West for this year. Everything else is still under construction. 1400 Moreau is going to have deliveries later on in the end of the year.
So less competition.
Less competition, and I think especially during COVID, everybody, even if they had the smallest problem with their current home, it was exacerbated by spending more time on it.
Yeah.
And so, in my world, usually we're pre-selling 2 years out. It's very rare that my team would be brought in for a standing inventory project, which is very exciting. So here we are with homes that we can actually show people. If you want to.
Can I just say this room is immense?
Yeah, the scale really works. And so, the touchstone for how we've been presenting this is that, now that we're doing so much more at home, we need our homes to be able to do more for us. And so, room scale really matters. Here's a table set for 8 daily that could be set for 10 daily and could be 12 on Thanksgiving, and it's not the end of the world in your condo.
Right. It's huge. The couch is massive. You have a huge desk.
And then you've got still desk areas over here because everybody's working from home now. This is either homework or this is work from home, but there's also places to spread out. Behind us over here, there's a den in the corner, and while it's not a huge room, it saves this room as a more formal space. So now you've got a spot where, the kids are playing video games, or that's where Frozen is playing and you can't listen to it anymore. You've got a spot, or maybe it's a Peloton in a mirror. It's not huge, but it's a place that saves the other rooms from having to swing for 3 different activities.
It's cute. It's cute.
So really big scale. All of the bedrooms are on the exterior. There have been some other product in the West Loop that's been very popular for 3 bedrooms in a den, but with the secondary bedrooms were on light wells. That's not the case over here. All the bedrooms were on the exterior, which is nice.
Let's check those out.
Let's check them out. Come on, let's take a peek at the.
And so, we're going to keep the costs down here. Assessments will be lower, I'm assuming.
Yeah, the assessments are actually the assessments are very low.
Okay.
This is not.
So for this unit, for example, what would assess ballpark?
400.
It's like, no.
400 a month.
Yeah, 400 a month for assessments is like what you paid a little 2 and 2 in Lincoln Park.
Right. But see, there's a different emphasis today. So
and what's the square foot again? So this unit is.
This one is 2,100. 2,100 feet.
2,100 square feet.
2,100, 3 bedrooms plus a den, 3 baths.
And 400 assessments. That's crazy.
400 assessments, really low assessments.
Yeah.
Especially post-COVID. Your super tall, high amenity buildings that they close all the amenities and the assessments were $22,000.
They're
like, oh my gosh, it just didn't make any sense.
I agree. I think that the people today are looking more for this kind of a product.
Right.
Whether it's where there's not as many people living there. Look at this bedroom. This is massive.
I know, it's really good size. So we wanted now.
You could fit 2 kings in here.
Well, I'm actually.
Queen.
Our Peloton is so back ordered we couldn't put it in here, so we recentered the room. But actually, this goes 2 more feet this way because we've got to get a Peloton in here, but it's really hard to get.
Oh, I could see that.
But again, this is more rooms that can do more. This is a king with a Peloton.
King plus a Peloton room. Typically, so I will do. Look for land for 3 to 6 flats for builders. I just look for the land, I find the land, and I have a group of builders I call, I ask if they want to buy.
Right.
They usually do their own plans, they figure everything out themselves. This is a very different project type of real estate. You come from a background of Pulte, really big projects that you worked on. You put together a large team at Jameson. And just very briefly, can you tell me how you get this? This is different because pipe fitters came to you, but typically, how you get these jobs. The builder finds the land, and then you do a lot of work yourself to tell them what to build.
Yeah, so I mean, if we've worked with a development group before, they typically bring us in very early in the process. If a developer has become familiar with the parcel and they're starting to do upfront analyses, trying to understand what's the scale with which we can build. Once they have some sort of determination of that, at that point, then a lot of times they'll bring us in, and rather than us just going and pricing units that they say we're going to build, we instead step back a couple steps, and instead of saying, well, here's what you can sell a 2-bedroom for, and here's what you can sell a 3-bedroom for, we instead ask the question, what would the market buy and what would the market pay if it was available? So instead we would
in a year or two down the road.
In a year or two down the road. So we might look in the marketplace for unmet market demands. That's very different than a CMA for a specific product. Instead we say, what should we build?
Right, super different. It's super
very different. Very different marching orders than if you're going to go list somebody's house and you're sitting in the house, you say, what can it sell for? And you're like, all right, well, I'll try to find some that are similar to this, and then say, it should take about this long, and you're going to fall about here.
So it's just really interesting because in real estate we all have there's so many different ways to do our job, and I find that fascinating just to hear them understand, because I did meet you at another large project you were doing,
right.
with a friend of mine was the developer. So, okay, so that was really interesting. I really appreciate the tour. Thanks. And if anyone wants to see these beautiful condos before they're gone, please reach out to Corey Robertson or his team at Jameson Sotheby's and get them before they're gone. That's all I can tell you.
6 North Bishop.
6 North Bishop. Have a great day.
Thanks.